So this is what we're going to do today. Okay, we're going to do vocabulary synthesis, and then after that, we're going to identify the differences, okay, between showing and telling in your composition, right? So using phrasal verbs for your dialogue can help it sound more natural and casual because it's more casual, right? So that is another way to use it for your informal writing as well as use it in your dialogue. Okay. So these are the house rules as usual, and then vocabulary, cloze, and MCQs, right? For that, maybe it's a good idea if we start off first with let's see now with the Kahoot. Okay, so can you see this? Right? Okay. Aha, okay. So we have phrasal verbs. Okay, and starts. Okay, so it's generating. Oh, that play classic mode. So keep it up, keep reading, and developing your range of phrasal verb, because that comes, as I said, very handily for your informal as well as your dialogue. Okay. So vocabulary, number one. What is the answer for number one here? Marble gravestones stood out like eyesores in the verdant field. What is the next Kahoot about? Question from Tommy. Well, we'll see. It will be a surprise, right? So Aiden, I get it that your answer is a D. So it should be a letter, all right? Not a number. So yes, thanks, Brian, Tommy, Aiden, Niall, Galen, Ian. Anybody else? Chip into the answers here. The marble gravestones stood out like eyesores in the verdant field. Azure, green, glowing, or dense? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is not glowing field, right? Not, well, dense field is possible, right? But then normally if you say the dense, it would be like the dense with grass or something, okay? Right? And you don't say dense field usually. Maybe you say it's a very lush field, Lush, right? So dense is not a good. Oh dear, dense. Okay. Oh, I suddenly cannot use my, let's see, pointer, laser pointer. Oy, why is that I cannot use this? Okay, let me see. Give me a moment. I can't use my pen for some reason. Okay. Okay, let me try again. Okay, this should work now. Sorry, apologies. Okay, so we are here now. Right, great. Right, so the answer should be green, right? Verdant, verdant, no. Is it green field? No. So it should be D, B. Right. A lot of you put down B, right? A lot of you put the answer down as B. Which is the idea, green, right? Dense, you got to use lush, the word lush, as I said, okay? Dense, you don't say it's a dense field, you say it's a lush field. Of course, the field is not glowing, you can't have a field that's glowing. Azure means it's blue. Okay, and often you'll find the word blue together with azure, as in the azure blue, right? So fields usually is filled with grass, right, and the leaves. There may be flowers, but most of the time it's leaves, and it's predominantly green, verdant field. Yes, Yashika?
Can the word azure be used as the azure blue sky?
Yes, azure blue sky. In fact, that is very often used for sky, azure blue. You are right. Thank you. Right, next one. So B, what's the answer for number 2? Okay, so we have Tommy, Galen, Brian, Niall, Ian, Yashika. Okay, and almost all of you got it right. Anybody else? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, horror definitely seems to be the sun shone in seeming contempt of the many sleeping souls it washed over. Sleeping souls sounds like a horror movie, right? Souls. But not really, okay? Contempt actually means you despise something, there's spite, there's disdain, okay? In seeming spite of the many, in seeming contempt, in seeming disdain. It means you spite, you look down, right? You feel like you're superior to that person and you hate them for being inferior to you. Anger, right, let's see. Sun shone in seeming anger. Grief. Grief because it's gravestones, right? So the context actually doesn't help very much here. So you need to know the meaning of contempt and disdain actually to get the right answer. All right. Okay. So disdain, that is the meaning of contempt. So let's go to number 3. Ample. The rows of trees that segmented the cemetery would have offered ample shade, but Harry did not long for shelter. Thanks, Brian, Yashika, Ian, Aiden. Anybody else? Yes, Galen, Niall, and Tommy. Great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ample. It should be plentiful. All right. Why? Because it says Harry did not long for, well, shelter. He wanted to be here in the open. He wanted to be in the open. So open, you can see, because you want to be open, it means that is there very little shade or is there a lot of shade? It's a lot of shade. That's why he wanted to be in the open, right? But Harry wanted to be open. But Harry didn't want to have shade. So ample shade cannot be sparse, okay, unless you don't know the meaning of sparse. It has got to be plentiful. You cannot say wealthy shade, right? Plentiful, abundant. So the open here, it also gives a hint to what shelter means, right? So that will be the next question. did not long for shelter. It may be quite tricky here. Yeah, yes, Tommy. Brian, thanks. And Niall. And Tommy, Ian. Any more? Just four? Just the four of you? And the rest? Is it because you are very confident? Five, Galen, thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, shielding, not long for shielding. It's rather awkward to use it here like that. Shielding to be for a shield, yeah. For shielding, no, not really used in that sense. Very awkward. So it is quite close. The idea of being shielded, right? Sheltered. You want to have protection against the elements, right? Against the sun and the wind and the rain. So refuge is the best, right? Refuge. Housing and residence, not necessarily. Trees. How can trees give you housing, all right, or residence? It's refuge. So refuge means you can hide from the elements, be away from it, be protected, right? That's why you have refugees, right? Or running away from wars. Why? Because they want to be protected from the wars. They are escaping the wars. So Harry wanted to escape, or didn't want to escape from the sun, right? From the elements. Last one, number 5. Eyeing the hairline cracks. So of course, the word hair gives you a very good link, very good hints, right? It is a line like a hair. So it must be obviously very good. Only 3. Maybe the rest think that is too obvious. No? Thin, of course, thin hairline. Very thin, very faint cracks because the hair is so thin, right? Very fine hairline, very fine cracks. Okay. Okay, so these are the answers here. Anybody has any question as to any of the words? I don't think so, right? So let's go on to synthesis and transformation, right? Again, one of our favorites. Right. Grammar marks. So, well, why can't we get maximum? The question here is, maximum is 9. I think you could get 10 upon 10. It's just a matter of being careful, right? I think with all your standard of English, I think you should be able to get 10. Right, give me the answer to this. Oh, Aiden has gone out. Now he's coming back in. Vincent is the most enthusiastic student in the entire class. So no one. What is the answer? Type in your answer. Using the Kahoot for the questions. Okay, that is something that I could consider. Yeah, thank you, Tommy, for the suggestion. Very good. Okay, anyone for this to type in? So Tommy, Brian, thank you, Aiden, Ian, Brian. Ian. Oh, that's right. That's right, Aiden. That's right. So no one is more enthusiastic. Oops. Enthusiastic than Vincent.